Fam, what's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. We got a good one. Let me turn my phone off. We got a good one today. Conspiracies, y'all. How everybody doing out there? I know, New Year, a few days away. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone go hard and reach their goals and everything. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Join the Discord. I'll put the link in the description. And let's get it, man. Appreciate everybody who tapping in.
Fam over.
Do y'all remember this?
This morning, stories of heroism and survival amid the chaos and terror of thousands of fans fleeing the barrage of bullets raining down upon them from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel.
My husband and I ran out toward our car, and there were people hiding underneath my car for cover.
Strangers tending to the wounded.
Relax.
Like promoter Casey Thompson, who says he broke into a police car to get supplies.
We popped the trunk of the cop cars and we're taking the medical kits out and dumping them out on the trunks.
Others giving shelter inside their car. A mother of two from Texas, desperate, scrambling to safety under the stage where moments earlier country star Jason Aldean was performing. The automatic gunfire began to mix with the sound of music. As people ran for their lives, frontman Brian Hopkins and fans huddling for safety in this freezer.
Not sure what's going on out there.
We open it up and I just start lifting people and tossing people helping them into this trailer.
He turned around, looked at Brian, he grabs both of our hands, and he just said, run.
For others fleeing the massacre, gates turning into barricades and shields, while walls providing a glimpse of escape or a moment of refuge.
Well, if you're like me, you don't believe in...
No, that's crazy. Listen, I had a friend that worked during that country music festival. And she went through everything and she had a hard time going through it and PTSD and everything. And I actually interviewed her probably like a while ago. So I'll probably show that interview, a little bit of it in a little bit. But that whole situation was crazy because it definitely didn't sound like one shooter or something, because man, it sounded like those bullets was coming from, it sounded crazy. Like it definitely didn't sound like one person was shooting all those shots.
Coincidences. This one is going to blow your mind. Okay, so the police chief that is in Maui right now telling us all the things that he's telling us, guess who was one of the lead officers on this shooting at the Jason Aldean concert in Las Vegas? Yep, that's right. This man right here, his name is John Pelletier, some shit like that, but whatever. Yeah, he is the police chief of Maui. And Pelletier had
I heard about
very strong opinion about making sure that everyone knew how good it felt for him to be on that team when they took down the assassin that was in the Las Vegas Mirage during that Jason Aldean mass shooting. It's my understanding that he and his team were one of the first teams that were on site after the mass shooting took place. Now, don't forget, they found, 23 guns? So, and of course, he stated that the gunman was working alone. I just find it interesting that all these coincidences can keep happening with the same people during all these major catastrophes. Don't you find that a coincidence?
Ain't nothing a coincidence no more. But look, listen to this, y'all. They said how they let they said my man, first of all, I didn't even know. Rest in peace to everybody who lost their life during that, horrific event. how did I didn't even know like over 50 something people died, and then how did they wait? They said he was shooting for like over 30 something minutes, 30 minutes or something. Like, how was he shooting for so long? Like, what the fuck? How long did it take the police to get in there if he was in there? Like, we don't know what really happened, y'all.
Because I sure find it a big ass coincidence. I don't even know how it could be this goddamn coincidental, you know? If you're like me, you find these kind of things highly damn suspicious, because how are you the same exact police chief that was on such a major part of our history here in the US, and now you're in another situation where you're going to be a major part of our history here in the US? I don't know about y'all folks, but some of this shit just seems to be a little too damn suspicious.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, if you haven't gotten any of this Koji acid, got my face feeling right. So you better get you some. Links below for that, okay?
Campos coming. That's when he turned his gun away from the festival and towards Campos, firing 200 rounds into the hallway.
Having a pretty significant
Then he fired 200 rounds in the hallway.
3-round to the leg is really beyond perplexing. There's no convenient explanation for it.
Well, I don't think it's possible. I don't think if you were hit with that round squarely in your leg, you'd be going anywhere because it would have destroyed your leg. But I'm not only.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a pellet or a 22 or.
What the hell did you just say?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a pellet or a 22.
He said, I don't know if it's a pellet or a 22.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Gunfire.
That's crazy, yeah.
Of the casino, more gunfire, much closer. I would estimate it had to be within a half block. People are starting to pour in. So I go to the cashier. He looks at the timestamp, whatever, and so he asked me, "Were you here with all that went down last night?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What happened?" And so I told him briefly. He looks at the cashier next to him. He said, "I told you." So she looks back at him and says, "Well, why are they telling you guys not to say so?" He was like, "I don't know. I didn't say so. She did," pointing at me. So from that, I gathered that the employees that were even there at the time were threatened to keep their damn mouth shut. Period. A whole lot of stuff went down. And almost none of it is being reported on mainstream news. Almost none of it.
No explanation was ever given about any of the other shots heard, casings found, guns found, helicopters that weren't supposed to be there, or any other gunmen seen across.
Listen, y'all. After this happened, I just moved out here to Vegas after it happened, whatever. They weren't talking like about it or nothing, like on the news or nothing. But I was talking to this homie. He worked for the police down here, and he was just saying like, yeah, they didn't want to really talk about it because they didn't want to scare people away, like tourists away from coming to visit Vegas or whatever. So I'm like, man, it's crazy, man. It's just that situation was just super weird.
Strip that night. The LVPD simply wrote it off like nothing happened, which also meant they weren't pulling footage or actively investigating any of it either. To this day, it has been a constant uphill battle with law enforcement for even the most simplest of answers about the shooting.
It was my understanding before I had said he had gotten separated. That was inaccurate. What had happened was he was conducting an investigation based on customers calling in, and he was personally attempting to locate what was occurring. He happened upon that doorway because it was ajar, which keyed his interest. But our officers were in close proximity, so as you can imagine by the timeline there, as soon as they came out of the doorway of the elevator, he was there. So it happened in a matter of seconds.
Officials had to be sued to release reports, autopsies, body cam footage, and to this day, many journalistic FOIAs requesting further evidence in what is supposed to be public information have been illegally ignored. For some reason, officials have outright refused to be forthcoming about this investigation on any level.
And most of you are used to how I conduct myself in these conferences, so I will call upon you and then determine whether I will answer your question.
I've read through the police reports, listened to 911 calls, police scanners, and hard-saved every video I could get my hands on before the powers that be could scrub them from the internet. After flip-flopping on timelines, refusing to answer basic questions, and raising public suspicion because authorities felt the need to be so evasive about everything, videos relating to evidence of multiple shooters or alternative narratives were banned, censored, and suppressed on major social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Because, Lord forbid, people question the FBI's narrative of a 64-year-old man unloading over 1,000 rounds in 10 minutes with absolutely no motive, no history of mental illness, no known political affiliation, and all the while shots are being heard across the strip long after they find him dead.
Right.
That's Chuck. They sure didn't want us to see everything that happened on Metro 5's helicopter cam that night, or how hotel staff helped load all the gun cases up their own service elevator. But they sure wanted us to know that he was dead and the case shut and closed by purposefully leaking out an immediate photo of a fresh blood stain on top of a dry one? Huh? And how did he get underneath the rifle here? Or throw the pistol he supposedly uses up and over so far behind his head? And what's the blood stain on his chest about? And if you're wondering, no. There's no forensics available on his blood splatter to prove he actually committed suicide at all. And the coroner put Paddock's time of death down as noon the next day. So we have no idea when he actually died. That didn't stop Lombardo from declaring in his final report that Paddock died in a very specific 2-minute window based off, nothing. Although I did find buried in a report that their heat sensor stopped picking up readings in the room at that time, which, considering it takes a body over 12 hours to become cool to the touch and 24 to the core, sort of implies he didn't just off himself a minute earlier.
How?
We weren't supposed to notice these things? I'm hoping this video will break through the media blackout and reignite the public's interest to start demanding the answers from authorities we rightfully deserve. There were absolutely multiple shooters using multiple calibers at different locations at night. And it was by definition a terrorist attack. Either foreign, domestic, or both. And it was purposefully covered up for reasons I hope after this will come to light.
There is no conspiracy between the FBI, between LVMPD, and the MGM. Nobody is attempting to hide anything.
Now, I'm not here to talk about gun control.
Man, listen, y'all. Listen. I don't know what the play was for that. I don't know why. I don't know if they're trying to do something with gun control or what, or why they be staging these old weak ass bullshit events and doing this type of stuff. I don't know what it is, but this is terrible, man. Like, it's crazy. You hear so many different stories. And actually, to talk about it, it's crazy. I went to Mandalay Bay today because I'm finna start doing a food review, pizza review show. And we did our first show in the Mandalay Bay at this pizza spot in there called Slice of Las Vegas. And I went in there and I actually was thinking about this whole shooting and everything when I was walking in there. And my homie, he got a room in there. He up high and everything. I was just thinking about it and it just felt weird being in there and everything. But I think it's definitely a play. They did something. It's probably a big money play. I'm pretty sure somebody made a whole lot of money and it was something behind all this. I don't know, but it's just sad.
Or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to get political or blah blah, Democrat, blah blah. That's not me, bro. The Las Vegas shooting, bro. What the actual fuck? Because at this date and time, bro, that shit was swept under the rug type shit. People that were there and they were like witnessing different shit. There's different stories all over the place. There's people saying, oh, there was like two muzzle flashlights, and there's helicopters, and the window to his room wasn't even broken out, or it wasn't detached or something. The people online make it even worse. There's 4 shooters. It was made by the CIA. It was made by the FBI. Obviously, RIP to the people, but swept that shit under the rug. I mean, they ain't
right.
Questions now.
What was the Mandalay Bay payout for the insurance?
It was $800 million.
Okay, yeah, so that was the big one. Yeah.
Yep, and they barely got anything. And then MGM turned around and sued them, the survivors, for talking shit about their security staff. They sued.
And he not lying, because in the interview, I'm gonna show some of the interview of my friend and Angie. She said that, like, she said something, they did something to where like people couldn't sue because she got hurt and everything. Like, people were like, she got pushed over, like scraped up, really hurt and everything. And something had happened where they couldn't even sue Mandalay Bay or nothing. And it's like they strong-armed everybody. Like, hey, we finna do this shit and y'all can't do nothing.
The survivors were liable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Lord forbid people question the FBI's narrative of a 64-year-old man unloading over 1,000 rounds in 10 minutes with absolutely no motive, no history of mental illness, no known political affiliation, and all the while shots are being heard across the strip long after they find him dead.
Knowledge is power.
But 2 years later, there are still many questions with no answers. Videos from the event show no muzzle flash from Paddock's window on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Photographs show that Paddock's windows were intact during the shooting. Police inside the room after the shooting said there was no broken window. After the shooting, a man staying at the Mandalay Bay called 911 and reported an explosion and glass falling down from above.
911 emergency, Brown 15968, do you need police, fire, and medical?
Okay, and I just heard what sounded like a explosion above me, and then glass coming down around me, right out the window.
Also appears to be muzzle flashes coming from the sky on both sides of the Mandalay Bay, precisely where flight radar places 3 helicopters that turned off their transponders minutes before the shooting began, while hovering in position overlooking the Route 91 Harvest Festival.
What? Listen, y'all. It's footage out there, y'all. Helicopters flying around during that time. Like they trying to. I guess it's still some out there. You can find some cell phone footage of people that took it. It was helicopters, and it looked like you could see flashes from the helicopters there, and it looked like they were shooting from the helicopters. Like it's crazy, but hearing this, and they talking about it was 3 helicopters around in that area, and they turned off their, they satellite thing and everything. Like, come on now, they doing. If all that was happening, it's definitely a play. But what can we do? What can we do, y'all? Like, they do this to us all the time.
You think he's in a helicopter? Yes, not a doubt in my mind that there was shooting coming from the helicopter.
In room 32135, Paddock's hard drive was suspiciously missing from his laptop. There were several pairs of gloves, mobile phones, and multiple hotel room keys used just 30 minutes before the shooting, including smart keys available only to hotel staff. At first, police said they witnessed Paddock kill himself, and then they claim they found him dead after the...
Talking about they seen him kill himself, but then they talking about they found him dead. Like, it ain't adding up, y'all. It ain't adding up. And then as far as Paddock, the dude who did it, damn, why I keep doing that? Hold on, my bad. As far as Paddock, the dude that did it, I don't know what they did to him, but they might have used that, what is it, y'all? They might have used that MK Ultra on him and made him made him do that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you mess with your mind and make you go do all that crazy stuff and you don't know, because why would he just, like, there's people talking about it too, like he had no reason to do none of that type of stuff, man. But let's keep it going. You know what? Let me see if I can show y'all this. Show y'all this a little piece of this interview. I hope it worked. Let's go.
Just create what we like.
Right.
That's all.
Since we are talking about Vegas, you know what I'm saying, the bullies and everything, man, I know it's a bad incident that happened out there, you know what I'm saying, not too long ago. And I know you was out there working at it at the Mandalay Bay and everything.
Right. Yeah,
like,
I was at the Route 91 country music concert.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to everybody who lost their life that night.
Yeah. And that was a nightmare. Like, it seems
let's
like...
talk about it. Hold on, let me get this for you.
Okay. It just
if you want to talk about it, because I know it's a very sensitive...
You know what? It's time to talk about it. You know what I mean? It is. I mean, I can probably get through it without crying, but hey, be real, right? So if I gotta cry, it's just I suffer from PTSD.
Okay.
And what a lot of people don't know is just I learned a lot about PTSD from that
Right,
shooting.
right.
Because it was just such a shock. We didn't even really know that it was a shooter. We thought it was fireworks.
Right, right. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure. I thought some people said it was fake, but talking to you, I know it wasn't fake because
No, it was real.
Yeah.
And people, it's two type of soldiers. You got your hood soldiers, but you
Right.
got some real soldiers that be going across and really,
right.
and that's what they go through every day. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And y'all can Google it. You know what I'm saying? Happened in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. She was working that night. Like, can you just tell us, like, how, like, just the experience? I know it was scary. Like what was you doing when it first, like, when it started? What got your attention? Yeah, basically.
I mean, like I said, we thought it was fireworks. So I grabbed my phone and thinking I'm supposed to record some fireworks.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case. And somebody was like, everybody down. But how I knew, once via street smarts, is growing up from Flint, one of my customers was a military.
Yeah.
And he retired from the military. This is a country music concert.
Yeah.
So he's a first line Marine.
Okay.
That's front line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I saw him with his Bud Light, like, I'm getting the heck out of here, that's when I knew something happened, because you got to hurry up and put two together, or
Right.
And I was like, if a Marine is running out, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I gotta go. And we all got down because we didn't know where the shooting was coming.
Damn.
Nobody knew. So it was like, imagine being friends with everybody drunk, having a good time, and we become enemies like this. Because everybody got out for themselves to run and save their life. It's real.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So that's how the trampling came. And then
did it, like, I know in the moment you probably was, I don't know, but did it last long?
Yeah, it lasts. It was long enough.
Yeah, right.
I think it lasts about 20, 22 minutes total. But we didn't know where it stopped.
Damn.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
We thinking it's somebody in the crowd. So they closed the gate and locked us in like cattle. It's so much more. And it's just like, and I was just like tripping, like, because we had to jump over.
Yeah.
Injured and I ain't never seen that like that.
Damn.
If somebody's shooting at me, it's because I done did it.
Yeah, let me stop, man. We y'all go check that out. It's on the channel. Y'all go check that interview out. I just want y'all to see a little bit of it, but yeah, she experienced it, and that's how I know it happened. Because at first I was thinking it was fake. The situation was fake and everything. I'm like, man, they faking all these shootings, whatever. But she was like, nah, she was like, it happened. She seen people hurt, all that, everything. So I know some shooting occurred and everything. We just don't know what really happened, man. Like, was they busting out the helicopters or what was going on and everything? And I know they go probably mess with me for talking about this situation and everything, but it's all good. We ain't doing nothing too wrong, man. Damn, y'all already be hiding and tricking us and doing all other type of stuff and shit. So it's
why
all
isn't
good.
the media talking about this?
Make sure y'all like the video.
Las Vegas MGM Resorts is undergoing a major cyber attack. You don't want to scroll and skip this. MGM released this statement last night saying everything is okay, but it is far from being okay. Today, September 13th, I am getting reports from friends that work at MGM Resorts saying that this attack started September 11th. The first thing you will notice when you drive into any MGM Resorts is that there is free parking. Once inside, everything seems normal until you check in. The line to check in is crazy. That's because they have employees checking in everyone with clipboards with pen.
Listen, y'all, I just told y'all about this on one of the last videos about how they shut down the whole strip, like hacked it and shut it down. Like, I seen this with my own eyes. That's why I was like, man, it happened. And it was shut down for about damn near a week, 7, 8 days. Like, free parking, we pulling in, like, you can park anywhere, any of the MGM sites, anywhere. Like, man, people, everything shut off. Like, we couldn't even go to the restaurants. I'm like, man, what's going on? But they weren't really telling us. But it was crazy.
and paper. It appears that no financial transactions are able to be processed, and all transactions must be paid in person. So if you win money, you must wait for an employee to come and cash you out. The app, the website, and all phone lines appear to be down. The ability to process credit cards seems to be a hit or miss. Housekeeping has mentioned that elevators, room keys, and smart rooms that control light and drapes are
That was
not
scary.
Ninjium has confirmed that employees will get paid on time this Friday, but the employees are not so confident about it. Is this a test to see what will happen when they decide to do a nationwide cyber attack? And why isn't this story hitting the mainstream news? Let us know in the comments below. Like and share this video.
Like, man, that was big. Like, to shut down the strip for days, 7, 8 days, shut down the strip. You know how much money they was losing? Man.
So I've been watching a lot of videos on TikTok about the electric grid going down. And a big part of it was in Las Vegas. And apparently in Las Vegas, the entire grid went down in a hotel. No one could access their rooms, the ATM machines, everything was completely shut down. There are numerous guests reporting online their experience as well. Then I go to use Venmo yesterday to pay for like all the things I was trying to pay for. The entire thing was shut down. Then I go to get donuts over here, about 30 minutes away from my house, and it was shut down. They told me they don't know why, but everything was shut down. They couldn't access their normal register. And so that's really making me believe that, like, shit's going down. Like, what is going on right now? So there's, like, 3 grids in USA. Western, Eastern, and Texas has its own. Lucky for Texas, everything's kind of better in Texas at this point. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this because, honestly, I'm getting a little worried. And also the one in Las Vegas was a cyber attack, apparently. So, what the F is going on with the world right now, you guys? I'm honestly scared. I live in fear enough already as it is. But now, like, this is really concerning me. I want to see what you guys think.
Right. It might have been a test. They might have just been testing it out. Like, hey, let's shut it down. But damn, they gonna test it out on Vegas. That's a lot of money they was losing out on. But hey, man, it's possibility for everything, for real.
Comment below, like, what is going on?
Las Vegas is still under a cyber attack. This is day 3. Here is everything that's not being reported by the media. This is the wildest update yet, so listen to the end. Thanks to the power of social media, with both employees and guests sharing information, the word is spreading. All MGM resort properties are being held ransom by a group of cyber attackers. Pause to read some of the shared information, but the most important leaks to come out have been from Caesars Entertainment employees who said they were hacked in the last couple of weeks, and that Caesars paid the hackers off. And just hours after being posted, it was confirmed that Caesars did pay off hackers. Currently at all.
Listen, Caesars paid them off because they hacked MGM and they had Caesar stuff too. But Caesars went on and paid them off because they're like, man, we ain't finna be losing all this money. That they said that on the news, but MGM didn't want to pay them off. So MGM stuff was still closed longer than the Caesars casino. So that's how you know they really got hacked. So, man, it's crazy. And they paid them like a crazy number.
All MGM properties systems are still down. Guests are reporting odd charges on their credit cards. Some elevators are down. All the phones are down. And in technology-based rooms, guests can't turn off lights or close the drapes. MGM has confirmed that they will pay their employees on time, but
MGM said, fuck y'all. We ain't giving y'all a dime. Shut us down.
otherwise very little is being said. I'll share the information that's being given to me in the comments and make sure to follow me for all the Vegas.
Las Vegas is still under a cyber attack. This is day 6, and here is everything you need to know and are not being told. Systems have still not recovered at MGM properties in Las Vegas, but the hotels are busier than ever. The majority of services guests need are available, but things like ATM and credit card transactions are still dicey. There is signage everywhere letting people know that there's a situation. If you play, the machines still require hand pays, but there are so many employees working now that the wait isn't long. They're saying that the apps and the websites are operational, but they really aren't. There is a great FAQ that's answering questions. And they're saying if you want to book a room, you must do it third party right now. Yesterday, the alleged hackers released a statement. You can pause to read it, but it basically says, pay us or we're going to do more bad stuff. Messages are a mixed bag. Some guests are having wonderful experiences. Some are big mad. And a lot of employees are rightfully very frustrated because all internal communications, phones, and employee portals are down. I'll put more details in the comments. You help me boost the signal and follow me for all the Vegas.
These two mothers in Las Vegas took their own lives 5 months apart from each other. And suspiciously, they had been fighting the Las Vegas Police Department over an alleged double homicide cover-up. And this double homicide had ties allegedly to a child sex trafficking ring. So this is Judge Melanie Andreas Tobiasen. She was 55 years old, and on January 20th, 2023, after stepping down from her position as a judge a year ago, she took a gun and ended her life in her $2 million Las Vegas mansion. And on the left here is Connie Land.
You know what, y'all? I seen that on the news. But when they put it on the news, they just put it on there like a judge, like she just committed suicide. Like, I always know it's a story behind something. I was like, man, what, the judge committed suicide? Like, I seen that on the news, but I knew some had.
Connie was Judge Melanie's 53-year-old friend. Her daughter, along with her boyfriend, who is alleged to be her pimp, were murdered in 2016. And on August 10th, 2022, after fighting for justice for 6 years for her daughter, Connie took her own life, which means that both of these women are now dead. So let's step back to a year before the murders happened. At this point, Judge Melanie is tipping off local authorities about the presence of an underage sex ring that's operating in Las Vegas. She's going on podcasts trying to raise the alarm. She's writing this down on court documents. And eventually, Melanie met Connie. But why did Melanie meet Connie? Well, apparently, Melanie thought that a man named Sugar Shane Valentine, the same man that had tried to lure her own daughter into prostitution, was the man that murdered Connie's daughter and her alleged boyfriend pimp. And this judge was a badass. She just wanted to find the truth and to expose this ring. She went on record one time and said that she went to Sugar Shane Valentine's house and kicked his door in asking for answers. And she even stated at one time that she had verbally threatened him because the police were not assisting her in her investigation whatsoever. She had presented the police with lots of evidence that this guy was involved in this sex trafficking ring. She knew that there were pedophiles linked to this ring that were directly profiting off of all of this. And she was passionate about finding the truth and protecting children. But unfortunately, a lot of times stories like this end in bizarre and strange circumstances. So apparently for a while before her death, Melanie had been telling loved ones of hers, remember, if I die, I didn't do it. She even told friends and family members that she was being followed. She knew she was being watched and she had been threatened. Apparently the hub for this sex trafficking ring was a clothing store called Top Notch. And the judge had tried to raise all these concerns about this store. Damn. Eventually, though, the store shut down because of a murder that occurred right out front. And the owner was arrested and sentenced to 45 years in prison for shooting and killing his own girlfriend. So obviously this was not a good place. She went on the record, though, and said that when she brought information about what was going on at Top Notch to the police, they ignored her. They said that they knew that places like this existed all over Vegas, but that they were kind of untouchable and that it was dangerous for her to go down this path. Something bizarre is that a number of detectives in Las Vegas have been told that they've been told to forget about and lay off of child sex trafficking stings and operations. It's kind of scary to think of how much power these organizations have, and it is suspicious that these two women that were fighting for justice died from allegedly their own hands only months apart from each other.
Man, oh my God. Now, I know Vegas is Sin City. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bullshit going on out here for sure. But damn, man. Like, I hate to hear that type of shit. Like, and then, like, think about this, y'all. Think about the situation people get put in. Like, we live in a world where we just gotta stay sane and just stay strong through this shit and just, hey, just until it's over or whatever. But because think about it, like, if we do talk and speak up on things, stuff like this happen, you know, you accidentally die somehow, you commit suicide, motherfucking accident, car accident or something. But if we don't speak up, then they go keep on running us for life. But like, what can we do? Like, that's with any situation. Like, if we speak up on it, they get to messing with us. If we don't say nothing, then hey, they just go step on us. And like, so I mean, if we all don't get together and just all the people who are the woke ones and just come together and just use our numbers, it ain't gonna be nothing we can do with none of these situations, man. But it's crazy. Make sure y'all like the video. I appreciate everybody in the building, man. Salute to everybody. Good to see everybody, man. Let's keep it going.
Side of Las Vegas, where Illuminati bankers and Middle Eastern royalty come to buy American children.
What?
What do they do with these kids that they kidnap? Paul Benassi has attended 6 auctions where they auction children. Any age from 3 and 4 all the way up to 21. They put a tag around their neck. They're in their underwear. They have a number on the tag. And people down below bid on them. The kids sell for between $15,000 to $50,000. I've even heard of one kid going for $100,000. One of the locations outside of Las Vegas, about 50 miles outside of Las Vegas, and I located it. It's an airstrip. I went up with a friend of mine and we found it. And there were airplanes there. There were campers there. And there were men who, with foreign accents. There was a police officer there, at least somebody in a uniform. These kids are auctioned off and put on the airplane, and nobody knows what's happened to them.
These trafficking rings use various control methods to keep victims enslaved. Johnny Gosh's mother, Noreen Gosh, claims the group that kidnapped her son actually branded their victims.
And one of the other things that they did to all of the victims of this particular ring, I'll call it, was brand the children.
That's right, yeah.
They used a branding iron, and they would heat it up, and the kids were branded.
Oh my God, man.
Someplace on their body.
Yeah.
A leg, a shoulder, a hip, it didn't matter. It would just be someplace on all of them. And the kids were told that because of that brand, no matter if they tried to change their other physical features or appearance, these people would always be able to find them.
But child trafficking rings are only the tip of the iceberg. There are even darker forces at work behind child disappearances. No doubt some children end up the victims of satanic cults. Since ancient times, children have been the preferred sacrifice of strange gods and demonic deities.
I hate watching this shit like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, come on now, man. The kids. And then, like, what's up with all this? Like, this satanic cult and all this going on? Like this going on out here, y'all. Do y'all think this, like, y'all think they sacrificing? I mean, we know they are, because kids are coming up missing. It's a lot of kids missing and everything. Some we don't know what's going on. So something got to be going on. But, man, this a cold world we live in, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Like, I don't even know what to say. Videos for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. We just watching this just for entertainment.
The Bible warned Ammonites against making their children pass through the fires to Molech. These same arcane practices are still practiced today. According to Satanist Aleister Crowley, a male child of perfect innocence and high intellect is the most satisfactory and suitable victim for sacrifice.
So the better the child you are, the better, like, you're a good kid. I guess they like, oh yeah, that's a real good kid, and they like you get high bidded on or something. But man, this shit crazy. Like these like all with all this type of stuff going on. That's why I be like, man, like I be talking with my mama. My mama, she's a very spiritual person. She's, you know what I'm saying, she's a Christian. We talk about God and everything. And sometimes I'll be asking her, like, man, like with all this stuff going on, like, why would God like let this stuff go on? Feel me? I mean, I just be asking y'all. Don't try to like please don't try to kill me, y'all. I just be curious and stuff. Like, man, this is crazy.
More or less. They've been known to get down to 10, but they usually start at 12 or 13 and go to 25. And for the people who like to hitchhike, this is how they pick them all up. And of course, the police will just tell the parents the kids are on the way to school. They use them for sexual and for sacrifice, human sacrifice. The LA County Sheriff's Department has a very secret undercover thing. I don't even know if you can find out if it exists, but I talked to them. It's called the Occult Squad. They told me in '73 that they found 35 bodies of girls in Los Angeles County that year that they knew to be human sacrifice, which they listed as rape cases to keep from the public. The statistics that came in so far this year are close to 125. The year is not even over.
Who agreed to this?
Now that's girls that have been used for human sacrifice. And if you all notice, there's quite a few rape cases that happened around Halloween that are in the news right now. And from what we can find out, the circumstances at each death fit human sacrifice. But you'll never hear it, that's the reason.
The body of the missing 5-year-old girl was recovered yesterday.
So the kid was killed?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The child was first reported missing from her home by her mother last Tuesday morning. On Friday, Maria Andrette McNeil was charged with first-degree kidnapping, and late Saturday, her mother, Antoinette Nicole Davis, was arrested on accusations that she prostituted her daughter.
I think a lot of these kids who are brought up by these Satanists who sacrifice these children in religious rituals.
In June 2017, Dutch banker Ronald Bernard garnered worldwide attention when he did an interview blowing the whistle on the dark and secretive world in which he was involved. In it, a clearly troubled Bernard explained how at the top levels, the world financiers are satanic and engaged in bizarre rituals.
I believe it.
Sacrifice of children.
It was the good life. But then at some point, I was invited, which is why I'm telling you all this, to participate in sacrifices abroad.
He ain't want to say that. It looked like he just...
That was the breaking point.
He didn't even want to say that. It looked like fam right there, but he ain't capping. He telling the truth. He swallowed his spit and everything after he said that. Like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. But man, it's crazy. Like, man, right. All these people ended up missing and everything. It ain't just Vegas. Like, this ain't just happening in Vegas. This happening everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know this is going on everywhere, all over, especially over in this country. But it's sad. I hate to hear it. I hate the people who are involved in this type of stuff. Like, how can you even like harm or even mess with a child? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like these, like, man, it's sick. Make sure you like the video.
And there's some really eerie things about this. Check this out. So the lone gunman happens to kill 3 people, and they're trying to find out why. Now the suspect turned out to be 67-year-old Tony Polito. They said he was a former college professor that worked at the University of Georgia and applied at UNLV but got denied. So that could be the motive, but here's where it gets weird. Turns out that he had his own website named after himself, Tony Polito, to where he says that he cracked the case of the unsolved mystery of the Zodiac Killer. What? Now, the Zodiac Killer was a famous serial killer back in the 1960s. He used to leave a lot of cryptic messages for the police, but he was never caught. What's even more bizarre that in his messages, he told the police that he was killing his victims to be slaves in the afterlife. Oh, but it gets weird, you guys. Remember the last shooting that happened in Vegas that happened on October 1st, 2017? Yeah, that date is exactly 6 years and 66 days apart from this shooting. Now, I don't know, you guys, I'm just throwing this out there, but don't these two kind of look alike? I mean, why would Tony Polito make a whole website on the Zodiac Killer and saying that he cracked the code? Was he related? Was this his dad? And was this shooting some type of ritual due to the numbers? Was Tony Polito trying to get slaves for his afterlife? But I don't know, what do you guys think? Comment below.
Now the UNLV shooting, like I don't know what was going on with Dog. I don't know. I guess he was mad about something they said. You know, y'all know how it be, but and he came in there and shot 3 staff. But they said so many different things at first, like because I was going my way to the strip, going down Tropicana, and all of a sudden they shut Tropicana down because you got to pass by UNLV to go to the strip. You know what I'm saying, on Tropicana. And I was about to pass by, but all of a sudden, like police cars came everywhere. I didn't know what was going on. You know, had to reroute and end up going. But, you know, we looked on the news and they said it was an active shooting and everything. And I guess at first they say he shot 12 people. Then it was like 8. Then it was 6. Then it ended up being 3. So I don't know what be going on. I don't know if they doing this stuff like for gun control or what, or these people just be just doing this stuff, just being cruel. I don't know what, y'all. What y'all think? Make sure you comment below. Make sure you like the video.
I am not a conspiracy theorist by any means at all. However, if you do not know, and if you do know, there was a shooting in Las Vegas yesterday at the university. Rest in peace to the victims that passed away, and I'm also sending a bunch of energy and love and light to the victims' families. What I'm trying to understand here is, when the first article that came out that said that there was a shooting in Las Vegas at the university here, it said that there was 28 people injured. But now it says that there was only 3 people injured. And then I also seen on Twitter that 6 people were confirmed dead at Centennial Hills Hospital, one of the hospitals here in Las Vegas. And I'm really having a hard time trying to understand this. Because
why would they take them there?
The injured rate keeps changing. So it's making me wonder how many people did actually get injured and how many people actually did die or didn't die. I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but it's just very confusing. It seems very, very related to the Las Vegas shooting that happened here in October 2018, and I'm trying really hard to understand. I had to stop what I was.
She meant 2017, I think, but man, it's crazy, y'all. It's just crazy because they said all those people got shot. Then they changed. They said it was 3. Then I don't know.
I was doing and make this for you real quick. So there was just a shooting in Las Vegas, even though the guy's killed. Do you remember the last shooting in Las Vegas? Yeah, the sheriff of that shooting is now in Maui. Well, that shooting happened 6 years and 66 days ago. The 666 of it all.
Huge update as the University of Nevada mass shooter actually sent 22 letters containing laced white powder to scholars across the country before he went on the rampage. And the 67-year-old dropped off these envelopes at a nearby post office without a return address before he headed to the campus. They didn't reveal the contents of the letters yet, but they did say that they included an unknown white powder substance in them, and they said that some of the addresses were university leaders at UNLV and an East Carolina university where Polito served as a professor for 16 years. He also was carrying 11 ammunition magazines that day, and he had a list that contained professors from both universities. 2 of the victims were identified as business professors, one being Patricia Navarro Velez and the other Cha John Jerry Chong. The other 2's identities haven't been released yet, but they did say that none of the individuals on the target list became a victim. They also found additional documents at Polito's home similar to his last will and testament, indicating that he intended to die during the shooting. The handgun and ammo were purchased legally, and they said they still don't know the exact motive behind the shooting, but they do know that he applied numerous times for jobs at several institutions and was denied each time, along with the fact that he was struggling financially, which was evident after they saw the notice of eviction taped on his front door. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
Salute the Dandelion Nelson.
Las Vegas is a city that is full of incredible
Appreciate
stories
you, fam.
of legend. This is certainly the case when it comes to the Luxor.
I was in the Luxor today, y'all. I told y'all, man, the Luxor and the Mandalay Bay, they feel weird in the motherfucker. I don't know what's going on in them casinos. I don't even gamble in them. Like, it's just something about it. But the Las Vegas shooting, like the UNLV thing, I don't know what was like that was about. Like maybe he was just a disgruntled employee mad about something, y'all. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, give it a little bit more time, more things will come out, but it's crazy, yeah. But if you're traveling and everything, y'all just try to be safe, y'all. Just keep your head on the swivel wherever you go, man. Just always be aware of your environment. You feel me? Make sure you like the video. I appreciate everybody here in the building. Just keep it going.
Where it is believed that an eerily high number of deaths have taken place at the venue, resulting in a huge amount of paranormal activity. Destined to be doomed from day one, the iconic pyramid.
My bad. Y'all, I know y'all gonna cuss me out for stopping the video. My bad. One more time, y'all. But look, since they said a lot of deaths happen at the Luxor that they don't be reporting about, a lot of deaths be happening out here. I didn't know until, you know what I'm saying, like people who lived out here, been out here their whole life, was telling me, like, man, they don't report all the deaths and everything. They don't even say nothing because they don't be wanting to scare the tourists away or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? This is an attraction city, so they don't be reporting like the suicides and the deaths on the strip when people be losing all their money and kill themselves and stuff. They don't even say nothing about it, none of that type of stuff. Like, they just sweeping under the rug. They do that with a lot of things. So I believe it when she said, like, a lot of stuff that took place at the Luxor and they don't talk about it.
Shaped casino resort has a notorious reputation for being linked with numerous suspicious and untimely deaths. Many guests that have chosen to stay at the 4,407-room Egyptian-themed resort have frequently shared their experiences of ghostly events. If you take a look at the history of the venue, it's not surprising that there are so many claims of haunted sightings within the property. The impressive building, which is one of the world's largest hotels and the fourth largest pyramid, opened in 1993 and took only 18 months and $375 million to build. It is thought that several construction workers died during the building process.
Damn. Now the structure of the Luxor, beautiful. It's super, super, super dope. Nice. You know what I'm saying? I like the structure of it and everything, but if you ever come out here, do not stay at the Luxor. Those rooms are horrible. You definitely don't want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Mandalay Bay is nice, but it just got that little bad rep on his name, but don't stay at the Luxor.
Conspiracy theorists suggesting that the management kept these deaths under wraps to save the reputation of the resort. Reasonable grounds for haunting, don't you think? There are also some who argue that the Luxor was doomed to be haunted before it was even built, simply because it is designed like an ancient Egyptian tomb. Many suggest that the Luxor's haunting has increased since the hotel opened the Titanic theme exhibition in 2008. The exhibition contains parts of the doomed ship and personal items belonging to many of those who lost their lives in the tragedy. In Las Vegas, hotel deaths are not exactly uncommon. Approximately 1,100 visitors die every year in Sin City, with the majority being from natural causes. However, 15% of all deaths are suicides, 11% homicides, and an eerie 6% go completely unexplained. Nearly all of these deaths will not be reported on, because they know that bad news can affect tourism and reduce the city's profits. There is little proof of the many deaths that have occurred at the Luxor. However, even without these unreported deaths, it is clear something strange is happening inside of that famous Black Pyramid. The Luxor's first reported death occurred in 1996 when a lady jumped off from the 26th floor of the hotel. At the Luxor, suicides of this nature are made extra grisly because the pyramid shape of the building means those leaping to their death do so from indoor balconies. This means instead of
Right. The thing about the Luxor is built, it's a triangle shape, you know what I'm saying? It's pyramid shape, so like all the rooms is funny shaped. Like you get in one room and like your wall like this over your damn, like you like this, in your wall, like it's down there on your head. Like, man, it's crazy. So y'all definitely don't want to be in there. And then, like she said, your view is the inside. Like they don't really be having the view for the outside in the Luxor. It's like, man, like you down there in prison in that motherfucker, man. Do not stay there, y'all. That's crazy.
Of the street, they land in the building's atrium amongst the other guests. Another guest is also believed to have fallen to his death, this time from the 10th floor. The circumstances around his death remain a mystery, but there is no evidence to suggest his fall was voluntarily. The Luxor has also seen deaths from many other causes. These have included strangulation, as was the case in the assault, robbery, and murder of a 16-year-old girl by the name of Sarah Gerber.
And then it's so weird. Listen to this. It's weird because the Luxor is the home of Chris Angel. Chris Angel used to be there all the time, like the magician, and he was so weird. Like, man, like I can't even explain how weird he was. Like, I went and seen this show one time, man. It was super. He's super weird. I don't know what's going on with Dog, but that was crazy. But if you come to visit Vegas, and it's crazy because we went there. I went there today too because, like I said, we're starting a pizza review show, and we reviewed 2 places, one in Mandalay Bay today and one in Luxor today. Me and my homie. So I'm gonna be putting that on the channel, y'all. Make sure y'all check that out, man. Let's finish it up. Appreciate everybody in here. Make sure you like the video. Appreciate all my moderators, man. Much love to everybody, man. It's crazy. Vegas crazy. I ain't know it was all this crazy stuff going on.
But perhaps the most alarming means of murder came in 2007 when a casino worker, 24-year-old Wilbaldo Durante Antonio, was killed by a homemade explosive device. The bomb was set under a plastic cup that had been left turned upside down on the top of his car. When Antonio turned the cup over, the explosive was triggered, ripping a hole in the car's
Oh, that was some mob shit.
The casino was not evacuated, and it continued to run as normal.
They didn't even evacuate the casino. That's crazy. Yeah, man, y'all stay away from that Luxor, y'all. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on here in Vegas, man. I ain't even gonna keep it going. I'm gonna do another video. It's too much. I'll be on here. It's too long. It's too much going on, y'all. But just make sure y'all stay safe, man. Keeping your head on the swivel, whatever you're doing. Y'all know how the world is right now, man. It's crazy out here. We live in a crazy world. I appreciate everybody who tapped in today. I definitely be bringing some more content. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. You can join the Discord if you like. Send me some content. Send me some ideas or anything. You want to chat, anything. The link will be in the description. And if y'all got Rumble, man, follow me on Rumble too. I think I'm going to start streaming live on Rumble too. Because they told me I can, talk a little bit more loosely on there. So I'm going to get on there too, man. I appreciate everybody. Much love to everybody. Love y'all, man. It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I'll be back soon. Peace.
Fam over.